I'm Lonnie Sabor, Board Treasurer for the Atlanta Business League, and also Senior Director of Small Business for the City of Atlanta through Invest Atlanta. It is my privilege to introduce the next Business Hall of Fame inductee. You're about to meet a woman who has a legacy in business that is unique to Atlanta. Winifred Watts Hemphill is a Howard University educated attorney who was born and raised right here. But she is also the great-granddaughter of Albert Watts. He is one of 6 former slaves who founded Southview Cemetery. They bought 25 acres back in 1886 so that black people in Atlanta would have a respectable place to bury their dead. The cemetery, its tradition and legacy continues today. There are now 100 acres of land at Southview, and Ms. Watts Hemphill is the 3rd generation in her family to manage it. She succeeded her father as Southview board member in 1993 and her uncle as president after 2001. It is for her clear-sighted leadership that we honor her and Southview Cemetery by inducting Winifred Watts Hemphill and the Southview Cemetery into the Atlanta Business League's 2016 Business Hall of Fame. Please come forward.
Good evening, and thank you so much to the Atlanta Business League, to Milton Jones and Leona Barr Davenport, and also to Mr. Lonnie Taper for that introduction. I'm Winnie Hemphill, and I do run Southview Cemetery. Many of you may have relatives buried at Southview. All of my family is there since my great-grandfather, who was born a slave in Athens, Georgia. He and some of his friends back in 1886 wanted to have a more dignified burial place. In looking at my genealogy recently, I discovered that he had buried his mother in 1881 at Oakland and his father in 1885 at the segregated area of Westview. And having gone through the indignities of burying loved ones in white-owned cemeteries where he had to go through a back gate and bury in the swamps, he was bound and determined to have a more dignified burial place for his family and himself. And so that was the essence of Southview Cemetery. It was 25 acres to begin with, and we have now grown to over 100 acres, and there are more than 80,000 people buried at Southview, including people of all of the races. It's about 98% African American. But we do have people of all races buried at Southview, and there's no restriction according to area that they can be buried. So we are very proud to be part of this Atlanta fabric, and extremely proud and honored and humbled to be entered into the Hall of Fame for the Atlanta Business League. We hope that we can be here another 130 years, but we didn't become 130 years old just by the founder's vision. It was the entire Atlanta community that enveloped us and looked toward us at their most difficult moments when they've lost a loved one. I'm so proud for the staff that works there because they really appreciate this honor, and hearing it on the radio that they were receiving this honor. For my cousins who work there, for the staff on the inside, and those gentlemen who actually lower down the bodies as they come in. So it's a difficult business, but it's also very rewarding because families appreciate the way that we make them part of the Southview family at a difficult time in their lives. So if you have a loss, or if you're planning, which all of us should, look to Southview. We have beautiful grounds and competitive rates, and we will care about you every day. Thank you again to the Atlanta Business League for this wonderful honor.